Hello, welcome to ISN. My name is Malcolm Clark, and today we'll be talking about the winter preseason for Irish sports. I'm here with Luke Hardy. Let me introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I am Luke Hardy. I'm on the O'Day swim and dive team. I'm a senior and I swim the 500 meter freestyle as well as the 100-yard butterfly. And I'm a 2-year captain, and so pretty much for the past 2 years on the team, I've been helping all the other guys out on the team who are, struggling in some categories or might just be a little new and doing a couple out of season practice. So just kind of helping out the other guys on there.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. So you guys' season just got going. How's that starting out for you?
It's going pretty well so far. We had our first meet last Friday against Nathan Hale, which we won great. It was I believe the score was 112 to 55.
Nice.
And we were still missing like 14 of our swimmers. And I'd say it was probably our best first meet we've had at my time being here. I joined as a sophomore, and my first meet as a sophomore, we swam against Blanchette, and we played where we swam great. And my second year as a swimmer, as a junior year, we swam against Blanchette again. And we didn't do as great as we did the year before, but this year when we swam against Nathan Hale, it was easily our best first meet out of those 3 seasons. We have a lot of new guys, and
That's what I heard,
since we're about 4.5 weeks in, right? Yeah, 4.5 weeks into the season right now, and we've had a great start. We had a lot of great practices leading up to it, so I think overall so far, like we've been on a great first couple weeks.
Awesome, that's great. So you talked a little bit about your seasons previous. How'd those end up for you at the very end?
So last season, it actually ended pretty solid for us because we didn't actually have too many seniors on our team. So we were building up a lot of our younger guys, some like big names on our team. Jack Scarta, Max Carmen, Nick Behrens, and a lot of others. Prentice Sanders, August Pierce. We've had a lot of like younger swimmers on the team that we were training a lot last year to be like a lot better and a lot stronger this year. Not that I guess they needed to be, but just working with them and making sure that like they're going to be like really, really big key players for this upcoming year. And how we finished last year, we were 3rd in Metro, which was a great finish for that meet. And we finished 6th place in state, where we also had a couple, finalists. Jack Scarta obviously won the 100 meter butterfly, but we had a couple other swimmers over here and there who placed in their events. So it ended pretty solid for us, and with only losing 4 seniors and gaining maybe 15 new guys on the team, like it really set us up for a good season this year.
Yeah, that's super great. So you guys are saying you have a really great season coming up. Do you have any personal goals coming up for this season?
So I have a couple personal goals. So and every year since I've started, like my sophomore year, that's when I started swimming the 100-yard butterfly. Last year was when I started swimming the 500 meter, and I wanted to kind of continue that trajectory of having a new stroke every year. And so this year, something I want to try, which I'm not so sure how it's going to go, but I want to try doing a 200 meter IM, which is where you swim every stroke. So you'd go breast, back. I messed up. That's the regular IM. The individual order is fly, back, breast, free. And my breaststroke is really where I need to work on, because I can manage my fly and my back. My freestyle is obviously the main swim I'll do. But if I really want to work on my breaststroke, so I can do a 200 IM in hopefully late January. And I also do want to finalize in the 500 meter at Metro this year. That's something I finished off last year, and I was super glad with the finish that I had personally. And I definitely want to keep that up this year. So I'd say 2 main goals are do an IM and finalize in the 500.
That's awesome. That's great. So were you working anytime over the summer, or swimming over the summer, or before the actual season started?
So something that was actually really helpful this year. So all 3 of our swim captains, so me, Max Carmen, and Davis Leclerc, we had our own individual preseason practices.
Oh, I see.
And so since I'm over on the east side and Davis is Mercer and Max is over here in Seattle, we kind of all cover different areas. So we were able to help out a couple other guys. And I would go with a couple of guys on the team maybe like once or twice a week throughout October, so like kind of early senior year, or early year, I guess, right here.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't do like the full workouts for what practices would actually be like, because with Davis's and Max practices, they would do similar practices to what we had. But in my case, I was working with a lot of the newer guys who were just trying to get their form down and learn how to like keep up with the practice. So we would be in the pool for 45 minutes,
Mhm.
work on like just form, do a little bit of like just sets here and there, but really we wanted to work on a lot of like forms. So by the time the season came, like we were already set to jump into the sets because
I see.
we have the way that our practices are structured. We have 6 lanes of the pool.
Yep.
We have 2 of them for our like state and district guys, 2 of
Mhm.
them for our like kind of, it's the lanes I'm at, like the kind of moderate ones where like your metro times, and then we have 2 for the beginners,
Yeah.
and which are like the condensed sets and
Mhm.
like able to keep up with the workout but not having to do the entirety of it because it's meant for like state
Yeah.
swimmers.
Mhm.
But having that knowledge ahead of time of how to like just swim properly, I feel like helped out a lot of guys on the team who already were seeing great improvements from already.
Yeah. So going back to a couple months ago about these preseason practices, was it just you, or was Coach Shooty the head swim coach along with you helping coach out?
So Coach Shooty can only help out during our winter season practices. So when we do these practices outside of school, we create the workouts on our own. Something that we would do is we'd send him into coach and we'll be like, "Hey coach, I'm swimming this today. Does this look like a good set?"
Mhm.
And he'll be like, "Yeah, that looks good." Or
Mhm.
so, but he won't actually be coaching us. But I mean, because once the season's over, I mean, it does seem like a long time, like 8 or 9 months on your own. You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sweet, I get to take that time off, just kind of relax for a little bit."
Yeah.
But that, I mean, with basketball, I mean, that
For
time
sure.
will go by quick.
Oh,
And
100%.
if you slack off in spring, then by the time summer comes, like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it now because
Yeah.
I already want to do other stuff. And then when fall comes around, you're like, okay, now I got to jump into it. But then it's just a little bit too late because you're a couple months behind compared to where you could have been.
Mhm.
So in spring of last year, it was with a couple of the guys who had finished earlier on in the season. I would go do a couple swims with them just to kind of stay in shape, stay in the pool,
Yeah.
all that. And then in the summertime, I stayed out of the pool a little bit for the summer, but that's
Yeah.
because I was mainly focusing on just like working out and just like outside of the pool.
Makes
And then
sense.
when fall came around, and also too, my pool is like in downtown Seattle and I'm over on the east side, so
That makes sense. Yeah.
and I worked like even farther on the east side, so
Mm.
it was just kind of out of my way to get to the pool most days there. But
Mm-hmm.
when fall came around, I was able to go back most days after school.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, those would mainly just be individuals. I mean, once you're on your own, like you kind of just have to pace yourself and just know what you're gonna do. Because I mean, no one's gonna be there to like be like, "Hey, come on, do another 50 or do another down and back." Like I mean, it's on you. So I mean, you have to be on top of that.
Mhm. Yeah, so you were helping all those younger guys and all that, coaching them up. And how are you feeling about the season as a whole? You said you were really excited about how the younger guys are shaping up now and being a really true senior leader. How are you feeling about the whole season?
I think this season has potential to be our best season that we've had at my time being here at O'Day. I mentioned earlier how we have a lot of new guys on the team, and it's so far with only 3 full weeks being done, there's been a lot of improvement that we've seen, especially with our new guys. They're a lot younger. There's a lot of freshmen that have joined, but even a lot of like middle and upperclassmen that have joined as well. I think we had maybe 3 seniors join too. And so yeah, we have people from every grade level that are joining. And something too that I think is also going to help us out is Mercer Island. They lost a lot of seniors this year.
Oh, I see. Were they very good last year?
Yeah, they were really good last year.
Mhm.
And with how we've been performing so far, I think that we have a really good shot at beating them this year compared to years past. And I mean, with the way that our practices have been structured, with the leadership shown amongst all of the upperclassmen, not just the captains alone, because I mean, we've had plenty of people like on the team that have been here years prior who have been very helpful to all the new guys and giving them all this feedback. So we like, even though it's like a title that 3 people have, I mean, everyone pretty much has been a captain in their own category. And with that help, I mean, it's really been a big like booster for the team as a whole.
Awesome. Well, that's super great. Thank you very much. Again, this is Luke Hardy, senior swim captain. Make sure to look out for him in the lanes. And this is ISN. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank
This
you.
was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.